Welcome to my Hearts of Iron 3 Order of Battle tutorial. In this tutorial I will teach you what the Order of Battle is, how it works, and how to use it to your advantage. The Order of Battle is your chain of command. Each part of the chain has a leader, who has a skill level as well as traits, and both of these affect not only the units directly under their command, but also the units below them in the chain, albeit to a lesser extent. Let's take a look at how it works. At the lowest level of the command chain is the brigade. Brigades are usually not used alone and are instead combined into divisions. Divisions are where you actually move around on the map, and each division will usually consist of 3 or 4 brigades, but can go up to a maximum of 5 with research. Each division can be assigned a leader who will apply his trait modifiers to the brigades he commands. This could be an effect such as reduced supply usage or increased attack damage against fortified enemies. A leader also has a skill level. Each level he has increases his division's combat efficiency by 5%, so a level 4 leader would increase combat efficiency by 20% for each of the brigades in his division. One step higher on the command chain is the corps. A corps doesn't directly contain anything in the way that divisions contain brigades. Instead, a corps is just a single HQ that remotely commands up to 5 divisions. This is where the Order of Battle starts to show its importance. Each corps can, just like divisions, be assigned a leader. This leader's traits will affect all 5 divisions under his command, but its effect will be reduced by 50%. Let's say we have a leader with a Logistics Wizard's trait that decreases supply consumption by 25% when standing still. Assigned to a division, it will have a straight-up 25% reduction to supply usage. Assigned to a corps containing 5 divisions, each of those 5 divisions uses 12.5% less supply, which is a big deal. While you could theoretically do better by giving each one of the 5 divisions in the corps a leader with that trait, you probably won't have that many good leaders around. It's just not viable to assign a leader to each individual division when you are dealing with dozens or even hundreds of divisions. Now, as I said earlier, a leader also has a skill level. For division leaders, as we know, it increases combat efficiency by 5% per level. When assigned to a corps, however, that changes, and each skill level increases the chance for reserve divisions to enter combat. Reserve reinforced chance is not something you usually have to worry about, and its effect is negligible. So save your highest skill leaders for the next 2 levels in the command chain. Next up is the Army. This HQ can contain up to 5 corps, in other words, indirectly command up to 25 divisions. Again, the Army leader's traits affect everything in the command chain below him, but this time the effect is reduced by 75% instead of the 50% of the corps. Still, considering it affects up to 5 times the amount of units, that more than makes up for the deficit. For the leader's skill, each level improves organization by 1%. That may not sound like much, but 4 or 5% more organization on 25 divisions can turn the tide of a war. Commanding the armies is an army group. Same deal again. The trait effects are reduced even more, this time by 87.5%. An army group indirectly commands up to 100 divisions, so even at just 12.5% effectiveness, it's still a noticeable impact. Of course, there is also a new skill effect. This time, each skill level decreases supply consumption by 5%. This is pretty massive, as it frees up industrial capacity normally used in supply production for other things, such as building more tanks. With a good Order of Battle, you could effectively cut your whole force's supply consumption by 25%. And this goes further than just reducing the strain on your economy. By reducing the supply usage by such a big amount, you will make it much easier to push into enemy territories where supply lines are less reliable. The less supplies your units consume, the less supplies you need to ship to the front lines, so it decreases the chance of your units running out of supplies. That is just awesome, so keep that in mind. Army groups should usually receive your most skilled leaders. Theater HQs are the highest level of your command chain. At the theater level, only 6.25% of the leader's traits will be passed on to the lower levels. The leader's skill this time reduces the stacking penalty by 1% per level. This bonus's usefulness is very situational and not nearly as essential as reducing supply usage or increasing organization. Now that you have an idea of how all this stuff works in theory, let's take a look at it in practice.